everyone, it's time for more Avowed. Last time I kept exploring in Paradise, and we are basically done with what is called Southern Paradise. The other one is called High something? High Garden? No, it's not High Garden. But anyway, yes, there is this place left. I decided to say that, you know what, we don't have to go there right now. There's another... Oh, here we go. Hightown. There we go, there's the entrance. Hightown you can enter through here, but I would assume that there is like some entry point here. There's a whole lot of bridges and stuff like that, so presumably we can get into Hightown from there. But yes, I've been around in the Pearl District mainly, a little bit of the Market District as well, found stuff here and there, etc, etc. And then about halfway in, I got a history lesson, or I suppose a social lesson. See, this guy right over here, Tish, I don't exactly know how to pronounce his name. He had a lot of stuff to say, and I thought to myself, oh, that's, well, it's not going to be the most interesting to watch, but I thought to myself, you know what, probably this is the guy that does this, and we're not going to get that a whole lot more. So I said, fine, we'll have him talk a whole lot. And, you know, I mean, we did get a bit of information about the world and places that we will definitely go and people that we will be definitely meeting. So, you know what? It's all fair. Also, Garrick is here. Hello, Garrick. So, the reason why we're in this building is that we're going to talk to the ambassador. And once we have talked to the ambassador, presumably we have a way forward, wherever that forward way may be. And the reason why I've sort of ignored the high town of Paradise is that I think that it's time to leave Paradise for now. And hopefully, the ambassador will give us a quest that does take us outside, because we mainly want to go for this one, the Adrian expedition team, because I have a hunch, as I said before, that this might generate a new companion. We only have Kai so far. I'm going to assume that the godlike that we might be finding in relation to this very well might be a new companion. I say that, I have no idea, but it kind of feels reasonable because they sort of painted him out to be, oh, this very mysterious godlike who doesn't talk to anyone but other godlikes. I am a godlike, so you might want to join my team, and then there's going to be like stuff with Kai and whatnot, who knows, eh? But yes, that's sort of where we are. So that's where we begin. We go and chat with the ambassador. Excuse me, people. Hello!
Is it really you?
It is really me. Before I talk to you, though, there is stuff here. An unsent letter that I'm just going to read right in front of you. Clavier Eamon, I know the blighting of the Eastern route is a cause for concern, but I must strongly discourage any trade deal that involves buying additional crops from Fior Messiverno. We cannot endorse the blasphemous trade of animancy, much less welcome it into our dinner, to our dinner tables. Okay, so animancy still being a thing. And then we have Adrian dialects. Okay, this is a lot of stuff. If you want to read, pause it. I am not going to read this on this occasion. Because, well, there's just a whole lot of stuff in here. It's cool, absolutely cool. And while I don't want to, like, rush this game, there are certain letters and writings, etc., that I don't think is that relevant. But, okay, yeah. If it's a CG, apparently J. So sledge. So he outside would be a Tidge, right? Potentially. I don't know. That's fine, I have it. A letter to the Inquisitor. Inquisitor, I have been in Emerald Stair long enough to confirm our worst suspicions. The people of Fior Messiverno care not for the loss of mortal or gods. Animancy and folk magic are peddled in defiance of Boudica. Their crimes are innumerable, their way of life intolerable. All is not lost. Politically, they are unstable. They're too focused on themselves to notice our eager hands tightening the garrote. We await your order, your friend in the forest. Ooh, your friend in the forest. Who might that be? I don't know, apparently I'm not super interested in that, but you also have a journal, which I am again going to read right in front of you. I must admit, it is proving impossible to build diplomatic relations. The locals have a natural distrust of outsiders, and we have nothing they want. Inquisitor Ludwin believes that time and pressure will prevail. With that I shared her confidence. Ludwig, under her gaze I feel scrutinized down to the bone, picked apart like carrion, and stared through by a pair of cold, motionless eyes that have glimpsed too far beyond the veil, reducing me to some depraved pilgrim who prays only for her ossified claws to work their way under my skin, liberating me from this pathetic envelope, until at last we are bound together as a skeletal pair, limbs intertwined, not as two beings, but as one. That is a long sentence. Good job. There is no shame in being attracted to power. Nevertheless, I must keep such feelings to myself, lest they be met with revulsion, or worse, enthusiasm. Well, she seems lovely. I can't wait to meet her. Alright then. Also, before we go on, one of the reasons why I do want to leave Paradise is that Kai does want to chat with me, so we need to go to camp. So I don't want to sort of postpone too much when a companion wants to chat, so yeah. There you go. Hello, Ambassador. That's the wrong button to press. Hello.
I can't believe you're alive. When they dragged you to Liviana's clinic, I assumed the worst. How do you feel?
Ah, right. We haven't spoken to him since my assassination attempt. That's true. Well, I say attempt. It was a successful assassination. It's just that I came back. So with Constitution, I can say disoriented, lightheaded, my pulse is racing, or Constitution, vigorous as a drake in rut. Or with Resolve, well, I have considered chartering a boat back to Aedir. You know what? Groan pitifully, like a comeback from the dead. Maybe don't go there. You know what? I have 4 Constitutions, so why don't we say, like a drake in rut? I don't know what in rut means, but it's probably something saucy.
Not even death can slow you down, I see. But we'll return to the topic of your untimely demise shortly. Our first order of business is your purpose here in the Living Lands. Captain Cynric said you have a missive for me from the Emperor.
I apparently do. Give him the missive, here you are. Give him the missive, I hope this was worth all the trouble, or glad to finally be rid of this thing. Let's just be regular, okay? Here you go, Ambassador.
Very good. I'm eager to see what our Emperor intends. Now, His Majesty names you a loyal servant of the Adiran Empire, and an extension of the throne's authority. Thank goodness. At least someone understands the gravity of our situation.
That is true. So, lacking both might and dexterity here. His Majesty is concerned the Crown's efforts in the Living Lands could be jeopardized by the Dream Scourge, or the Emperor sent me to investigate the Dream Scourge. I mean, that would put a bit of pressure on the Ambassador, I suppose. You know what? Yeah.
With that, I had better news for him. You've seen how wild the Living Lands has become, both in nature and in politics. Sometimes I think the island has a mind of its own. No sooner had you arrived than you found yourself at the center of our troubles.
Ooh, was that a foreshadowing? Does the island have a mind of its own? We'll see. So, with intellect, you're referring to how I healed the Adra in the Strangleroot. Yes, presumably.
Well, not to mention your abrupt and untimely death. This embassy has no shortage of political foes, but the Dream Scourge is what keeps me up at night. You've seen firsthand what it can do in nature. We can't let it reach the cities.
That is true. So I'll get to the bottom of the Dream Scourge, Ambassador, whatever it takes. Better get to work, frown thoughtfully, assuming it's not already here. You should have sent for me sooner, now it may be too late. Dream Scourge. Where did it come from anyway? Which is just me musing about the name. No. We shall get to the bottom of this.
Thank you, Envoy. The island is in capable hands. Inquisitor Ludwig thinks the plague is a distraction. She's more concerned about these local rebels fighting against the Empire.
Okay, sure. I assume those are the people responsible for my death, says intellect, or you're not, with perception? You know what? Are you not?
At least rebels know the meaning of negotiation and compromise. But a plague kills indiscriminately. Though, even I must admit, the rebels have gone too far. They've sabotaged our work, killed our soldiers, and the final straw, attacked you out in the open.
Right, so we're not gonna have just the Dream Scourge to fight, we're gonna have actual rebels, a rebel faction, if you would. So with intellect, they seem to have it out for us specifically. Do you know why? That is a good question.
Something about a labor dispute gone wrong, I think. The Steel Garrote got involved, and it turned quite ugly.
A lot of disputes arise because people here have a strong aversion to being told what to do.
I won't lie to you, Envoy. Our position is tenuous. If we can't even defend ourselves, how are we to defend the living lands? But defend it we must, for the sake of everyone who calls this island home. Inquisitor Ludwig demands that someone hang for the attempt on your life. These Paradisian rebels must face justice.
I mean, without knowing who did it, that's gonna be a bad decision if you just pick someone. So where is this Inquisitor Ludwig I keep hearing about? And I was actually wondering that myself. Is she gonna be in Hightown, or is she, like, out in the field? So James Scourge is my top priority. Sounds like she's the one who's really in charge around here. Ooh. I really want to decide the punishment, if any. A little frontier justice is good for morale. You know what, I am gonna ask, where the hell is she?
Ludwig goes where she likes, haunting the living lands like a vengeful spirit. She'll reappear when she chooses, and not a moment sooner. Let's make sure to give her some good news for a change.
Not many get a chance to solve their own murder, you know. I know someone who could help. A dwarven tracker named Marius. Kith or beast, there's little he can't find. He's staying at the Grinning Ballarrock, not far from Liviana's infirmary. We just take the main road east to the market, then head down the stairs and cross the canal. Rough part of town, even by the standards of Paradise.
And you're saying that because the game sort of implies that we should have gone here first, which I didn't. And also, you know what, I am gonna look at the Kith thing. I think I've already looked at this. Yeah, so Kith is like everyone, apart from like slightly less humanoid in some way. Like ogres is weird that they're not there. Ah, because they have to be, like, stable, like civilized, etc., etc. Okay, fair enough. A tracker, we're not hunting deer. You've proven to be capable so far. What can he do that you can't? I'll consider him. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah.
I can tell you're skeptical, but remember that you're an outsider here, and a lot of Kith aren't exactly thrilled to see so many Adirans in their midst.
New weeds, a new beast in the tall grass. Predator or mate?
As you've seen firsthand, you could use some local help, especially if we really are after Paradisans.
I suggest you recruit as many allies as you can, but choose carefully. They, like you, will represent the Empire. But before we can send you off to parts unknown, we need assurances from the local healer that you're fully recovered. After all, you survived a brush with death. The health of your body is one thing. The health of your soul is another.
Oh, you're not gonna send me to the bogus one, are you? Hold on, wait. What did my voice say? New weeds, a new beast, and the tall grass. What do you mean by mate? Who is this new beast that might be my mate? Okay, voice, whatever. I can figure it out on myself. Just point me towards the nearest lab. Liviana suggested visiting a watcher. If I find if that's your concern, no. As a living scholar, you know what? Just point me towards the nearest lab. I'll figure it out myself.
I'm sure that a scholar of your prestige is more than capable of self-diagnosis, but time is of the essence. Remember, the assassin is out there. You have the element of surprise. I suggest you use it.
That is also a good point, by the way. So Assassin took me out in broad daylight, I came back, and then I've just been running around the city. Like, why didn't they try again? Good question, I suppose. Maybe they were just content that, yes, I killed her. Let's move on. I don't know. So my colleagues at the Imperial Archives are never going to believe this. I can say, and I will. Why do you think that I wouldn't be doing this in a timely fashion?
You'll have tales aplenty, that's for certain. And a long tapestry of battle scars. We'll talk more of the Dream Scourge when you return. Until then, Envoy.
How about we start with Marius at the Grinning Ballarrock? Besides, I could use a drink after all this.
Well, this is sort of what I was worried about, which is that we're not being sent... We're not being sent outside, we're being sent, well, inside. So, okay. Well, we have another point, maybe actually Kai as well. So, what would I like to continue with? I am level 6, I can't do that one. Blast, power attacks with once, explode and impact dealing reduced stun and explosive damage. You know what, I do that quite a lot. So that is interesting. I can grab some of these, I believe. I like this one, right, the Grimoire Snap. Forcefully snap your Grimoire shut, expending a shockwave of explosive damage that knocks nearby enemies back and deals stun. Pretty good defensive spell, not gonna lie. I think I kind of like that one. I also want to see what it is. So you know what, I'm just gonna take that one. No, I need to be... No, because I don't have a... Hold on, we're gonna look at this. You apparently have a point, though. So the leap... If I now go here, I already have that one, and I can do another one. Didn't I want that? Temporary health proportion to number of enemies? No. Bonus attack proportion to the number of enemies? Neither of those are really interesting. Second wind? No. Doubles the area? Right, I had done that one. Hold on. Wait. That was that one. Hold on. Right, I haven't even unlocked that one. Right. This is mine to regenerate health and increases damage reduction. Fire and Ire ignites target, greatly increases the amount of stun, reduces the cooldown. And this one leads into defenses and stuff like that, which isn't really that interesting in some ways. I don't know, really. Okay, fine, you know what? Bonus damage. There we go. You can have some bonus damage from your leap. I do like it. We also get a point. That's true. Did I want Resolve to go up to 4? Or is this where I start to... No, I kind of want to... I actually want Might to go up. I want to deal more damage. Damage is nice. And as for me, what I wanted to check, which I could have done from here, was inventory. Because yeah, from this one I can get Blizzard, Crackling Bolt, and Bristling Frost, and right, I have stored away. Right, but we'll go. You know what? I'm gonna say the point because we are going back to camp eventually. Right, I think that we should just keep doing this one actually. Yes. So we want to go to the Grinning Balrog to begin with. So let's start with that one. I'm okay with chilling out a little bit longer in here. Ooh, I like that. Number A and number B. That's how we count. No, but check mark A and B. That's kind of nicely done. Don't know why I went here. We can't get to where we need to be from here, so it's fine, but like, I don't know why I went here. Well, actually, maybe I didn't want to go. I don't know. We are arriving. We're gonna bang the doors open and say hello. No, okay, the doors were already open.
So,
Here
you're the one they all crow about, eh? Best hunter and guide in all of Dawnshore?
Just Dawnshore? Phew, must be slipping.
You just look like a drunken dwarf to me. Seen 1,000 of you roaming back home in Adir.
Uh-huh. Do we have a problem here? Hello?
Ha! The mighty Marius, deep in his cups, ready to take on the deadliest prey, providing they're asleep at the time.
Right. Take another sip of my cool. Rude not to finish a drink someone bought for you.
No wonder you're hiding behind a mug. You're too worried about being polite to survive out there.
The dwarf there is Marius. Best tracker I know.
Also, presumably a new companion. Because that voice actor is not going to be wasted on some side character, let me tell you that. Anyway, what the hell did you say? I'm a cool, a lember term for a casual friend. Okay, so basically, well, friend, I suppose. Oh, wrong button. Right, so interesting to see this plays out. Maybe you have him confused with someone else. I wouldn't let anyone talk to me like that. A real expert should be able to withstand being taunted by their lessers. I mean, don't say that. You know what? We're just gonna see how this plays out.
I heard you're from Solace Keep. How great a survivor could you be, hiding behind stone walls all your life?
You don't know anything about me, you Adira Nimdut. So maybe go back and take another blessed day sip.
But here you are. Tell me, how does one get kicked out of a place that never lets anyone leave?
Dukte Drago Sakasapt Jitule. You wanna talk so much, I'll cut you a second mouth across your throat.
Oh, right, he has said a whole lot of stuff. So, let's start with Nimdat, Lambert term for an idiot or jackass, often used in a friendly manner among colleagues. Probably not on this occasion. Blessed Day, damned, and then we have Dr. Dragu. Okay. Vulgar phrase used in Solace to angrily dismiss someone or tell them to go away. And then Saka, term for shit or stuff. Those are different things, but sure. Well, okay, you know what? Kind of tracks for our language as well, I suppose. So, Yitul, or Yitule, curse used in anger, similar to bastards. That was the whole thing that you just did there. I'm gonna stop this now. No, this is fun. Your friend looks like he has this well under control. You know, Marius, do you think we should step in? Yeah, you know what, Kai, what do you think?
Marius can handle himself. Of course, if you're bored, we could always start something anyway.
Nah, that's fine. He has it under control, I think.
I think this is about to get interesting.
I knew you were blessed in Nimdut the moment I saw you coming. Thought maybe I'd teach you a lesson. So I paid the bartender a few gold to drop a tiny bit of Widow's Kiss into a cup and serve your drink in it. Cramp should be starting in a few minutes, so, if you want to fight, we should go ahead and get started.
Ooh, nice tactic there. I've only ever heard of Widow's Kiss used as an injected venom drink, and it should be safe as water. Ooh, a bit of a trick there. Wait, he poisoned a man on a hunch? I think I like this guy. Poison his weapon for the weak. At least give them the dignity of a fair fight. No, because I know stuff. I know that this is actually just a ruse.
You know your stuff, but I doubt they do.
Envoy, you see? Will you stand by and allow this maniac to poison a fellow subject of the Emperor?
I absolutely will. You'll survive as long as you run away. Now, you brought this on yourself. I came to speak with Marius. I have no idea who you are. Like, super dismissive. Don't you have somewhere else to be? Somewhere you won't get killed? Of course I will. This is hilarious. I mean, you know what? Yes, this is actually hilarious.
We'll see who's laughing when I'm done with you.
Come on, Maili. Let's show these people why you don't pick fights in the Balrog.
Well, you became very, very aggravated. Do I need to actually do anything? I'm just gonna leave this up. Marius, you wanna... Ow! Marius, you wanna actually do something? Ow! For the love of... Marius, where the hell did you go? There we go. Okay, you know what? Just jump on it. There we go. Oh.
We got him.
Bloody hell. But not more people came. Why are we being attacked by a lot of people? Nope. And now I haven't actually... Oh, there we go.
What are you doing?
Ow. Ow. Okay, now I'm just being stupid. Why? I'm pressing the wrong button again. What? Okay. Shift, dodge. Why did I need to just, for the love of... I'm being very annoyed at myself right now, because I'm pressing Alt to dodge. Which game is it where we do that?
Come on, MacLeod. You know you love it.
Good fighter.
Glad that's...
I'm very annoyed at myself. Why do I keep pressing Alt to dodge? It's really annoying because I don't know where I get that from. It's not Alt, it's Shift and dodge or jump. Okay. Anyway, hello Marius. I'm very hurt
that was something.
because of you.
Haven't been to bar fight in a while. Never really saw the point.
Marius, this is the infamous Adiran envoy. Envoy? Marius.
Well, any friend of Kai's is definitely a person.
Oh, you are very good friends, aren't you? Also like that the bartender literally didn't care about this. So what just happened? We just guess it's only harmful if it's injected, I can say. And
I need to see the scene of the crime, over by the town gates.
Oops.
I promise there's something left there we can use to track them.
What did I say? Because I accidentally clicked. I need to find some assassins, and Kai tells me you're the best for a job. You know what? That's fine. I mean, down to the point, basically. So I don't know that the killer's from Paradise. I absolutely do not. What would we be looking for at the town gates? Would they have cleaned the areas instead? Yeah, what would we be looking at?
Bloodstains, footprints, darts left behind. If we find anything at all, we can find your assassins. We'll figure this out, MacLeod. Don't you worry.
Alright then, and yes, new companion, known as the best hunter in the wilderness guide in the... Best hunter in the Wilderness Guide and Wilderness Guide in the Living Lands. Marius has lived all over the Living Lands, but there is no place he truly calls home. So we actually get a bowman now. Marius uses ancient pargroom and stealth and survival techniques to gain the advantage over his foes, trapping them in gripping vines. I got that one myself. Or disappearing from sight to ambush them with a silent attack. His senses are tuned to detect threats and objects scattered across the Living Lands. So he has binary roots, same as I do. And hunter sense order Marius to scan for enemies, loot, or plants. Okay, kind of useful actually. Lovely. And by the way, you won't be finding any darts, I don't think, because I was shot with an arrow. Also, I can't help but notice, since, you know, stealing and stuff like that is not really a thing in this game, you are very happy to just allow me to go in here. You know what? I'm just gonna grab this. Oh, there we go. Full health. Thank you. So there we go. That is you. Now we are very close to the Watcher. So why don't we go and chat with the Watcher? Because I want to see, you know, what watching is about. That's very interesting. So you are not in here, right? Where the hell are you then? I just wanna check that out. Or are you here? No, you're not here. So where are you? You are... where the hell are you? That is upgrade. We have a camp there. Escape. Where the hell did you go? Wait. Oh, is it... yeah, okay, so that's over. Okay, never mind. That's fine then. Let's do the thing in here then. Let's go back to the beginning, and then we can obviously chat to the ambassador again. Well, do we? No, we don't chat to the ambassador again. We do that after we've chatted with the Watcher. Good, because I did want to leave Paradise, so lovely. We're also going to check him out, and we need to go to camp because they want to chat with me, so yes, we have a bunch of stuff to do. That is absolutely fine. But before we leave town, how about we check it out and see if we can see anything? I mean, the bloodstain is probably still there, so obviously that is something that we can check. So, hello, you wanna have a gander at this, maybe? There's some blood.
This is one of the few towns where it's almost safe to relax.
Okay,
right here.
There we go.
This is where the envoy fell.
If it were me, I'd take the shot from up there above the embassy. Let's see if we can get up there.
Ooh, well, I have actually been there at one point, so...
An interesting day so far.
Doesn't mean that I know exactly how to get there, but we're gonna make it work. So, like, we can go here, I think it was. Yes, so this is how we get up. Little jump. Yeah, I do like the parkour in this game. I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again a few times, but yes, this is quite enjoyable. So, right, this presumably is where he was then. Yeah, actual dart, poison, etc., etc. Okay. Are you coming? Okay, maybe I just look at the poison myself. The flask is empty, but it reeks of swamp water and rancid berries. Lovely.
Smells familiar, but I can't place it. Whatever it is, it's not used for game hunting or keeping beasts out of your garden. You already met the Apothecary. I'd suggest we pay him another visit.
Seems like a good place to start.
Well, that was quite good. I have indeed met him. So the assassin was ready for me. What tells us? So would a Paris apothecary sell poison to just anyone? The coward's weapon. Why am I so negatively disposed towards poison? I don't know. Or can be. I mean, I am not, but like I could be. Right. Yeah. Would they?
Without a second thought. I've bought my fair share of poisons in case some nim dude out there tries to take something I need. Go back to the market and up the stairs to the east. You'll see a large building with a big window on top.
The Mermaid's Den. Nice place. We should say hello to Juliana while we're there.
The apothecary is in the back alley. Any luck? We could track down who made this poison. Find your killers.
Right, I've been doing this way out of order, because not only have I met the apothecary, I haven't been exactly where... That is a bit... Okay, you know what? I like the fact that he said, you've already met him, that's good, we should go back. And then in the next sentence he says, you should go this here and here and here to get to the apothecary. I mean, if you know that I've been talking to him, don't you know that I know where he is? I mean, I don't really, so thank you for the instruction, but still. And then Kai going and talk to Juliana, who we absolutely have helped, and even... Oh, by the way, can I say something to you? Have you gotten a letter?
This may be the most foolish thing I've ever gotten myself into.
Nope. No letter, even though the game told me to that would happen. Do I... Can I go higher up? No, I don't really need to go higher up. So we're going to be leaving town soon. I do want to... I don't need to go there. I do want to leave town because, as I said, I do want to get to base. And now both Kai and Marius wants to chat. So we have that to do before we end this episode. Right. So let's go back into Pearl District. We can go through here, I assume. Yes, indeed. We just need to round this thing. Hello, Mr. Ogre, who isn't a kith. How sad for you. So, here we go. Let's have it. Oh, hello. You have friends now.
That's all I have.
There. That's the apothecary.
Oh,
Hello.
aren't you the outlander who died in the streets? How are you? Gah, it doesn't matter.
You've got to help. He's gonna hurt me again.
Everyone take a deep breath. No one is hurting anyone else today. Right?
You seem to like beating up on little guys. Want to take a run at me?
Listen to me, dead woman. What happens here does not concern you. Walk away.
I mean, it does concern me quite greatly, actually. So, right. You know what? First and foremost, what the hell is going on here?
He's been shaking me down for half my earnings, but now I can't afford to feed my family.
Take it easy. He's gonna walk away and leave you in peace, right?
Unless you want another arrow in your guts, turn around and leave us to our business.
That doesn't sound like something I do. So I survived the Beyond. I think you can do the same. Tell me what you know about the rebels and I'll let you go. Flip him off. Step away from that man, or you leave those rebels. You know what? Tell me what you know about the rebels, because obviously you do know something.
Fuck off. I'm not intimidated by an Imperial lapdog who dropped like a sack of rocks the second she set foot in the city. This is getting tiresome. I wasn't really gonna hurt the apothecary, but I'm really, really gonna hurt you.
Alright, so maybe I can try combat again, because apparently I suck at it. I can lie as a scholar and say, well, I'm going to feed your soul to my imp. How does that sound? Ooh, would he be afraid of an imp? So what, do you pick on some of your own size, like my friend Kai? Well, he will. I don't know why I would say that. Yeah, how about my imp, huh? I'll feed your soul to him.
Bullshit. I don't see any imp. And besides, they don't eat souls. Do they?
Stick around. Find out for yourself.
Hey, boss, maybe we shouldn't. Fighting a godlike seems wrong somehow.
I knew you'd gone soft. We'll settle this as soon as I'm done here.
Okay, so we do get into combat, so you can do that, and you can do blinding rolls, and I can... Oh! Yeah, okay, so he sticks around, so we only got to fight him, and he's dead. Oh. I did not wish to fight the Sparrowhawks. But that's something. That's very good, actually. And that was stupid, I suppose. Oh, he did it again. See, now I know how to do this. Now I know. But I did... Am I over encumbered or something? I don't know. But these don't have defenses, so... Oh! Oh!
This time, you're gonna stay dead.
Already?
Just when I thought this would be
Already? Well, that was earlier than expected. Really. Lovely. Oh! Do we have more friends? Ah, we have more friends. We have more friends. We have more friends. I'm gonna help Kai out over here. And take out these little bastards. Yeah, take this guy out. There we go. Lovely. Am I over encumbered? Hold on. Am I over encumbered? No, not at all. Am I just super slow for some reason? Just do a jump on him. Bam. Then I can come down, help out, do a bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna... Oh, sorry, Kai. Ah, no friendly fire, but I like it. There we go. Just a few light taps. Do we have... We do have... No, that's Marius. There are... Okay. This is all going very strangely, isn't it? You know what? I'll also use to pull up some defenses here. That's some good damage, but now we just go over to this. Bam. Go. Ah, crap! Nope. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, conserve stamina a bit, because he seems to be going a bit for me. Only a little bit, though. Let's do shit. Oh, crap. Okay. That's fine. Just jump. And you know what? Do some of that. So it's gonna be stuck a bit. I could just do a potion. You know what? Let's just do that. And get out. That. Bam. It does take a bit of damage. That's true. But it's actually quite fine. Oh, that was bad. That was stupid. That was stupid. That was stupid. No. Get out. I think Kai is down, actually. I think Kai is down. I should have done that. I'm gonna try and do it. Marius is not dead. Now. There we go. Back on your feet. Is Marius down? No, Marius is not down. Just grab him a bit. Okay. Oh, crap. Ow. That was damage. Oh, crap. Let's get out of the way. Out. Should be fine. It's okay. We're not. Down there.
I can't believe they're dead. It's so...
That it?
Why am I... Have I activated running? Oh, sorry, walking. Is that what I'm... Audra, lovely. Prepare decent stuff. Over blood. Common great hammer +2, lovely. I must have activated walking. What button is that? It's caps lock. Good. Right. So then we also... Am I gonna be in combat with, like, all the Sparrowhawks? I mean, I killed their leader. Shouldn't that be... Shouldn't that work in my favor? Right, Griska.
Envoy, thank you for dealing with those miscreants. There's a plague on these streets, and they are a symptom.
A gang of bullies shaking down honest folk? Seems more like the cause to me.
It's no more dangerous here than anywhere else. It's just that monsters here have knives instead of fangs.
You even killed Thala, the biggest, baddest of them all. The Sparrowhawks are gonna come after you.
Well, I figured as much. Not if they know what's good for them, I can say. Or, pinch the bridge of your nose. Wonderful, I met another enemy. You know what, on this occasion, that feels like the appropriate response.
Sorry. Didn't mean to cause you any trouble. You didn't have to come to my defense. No one sticks their neck out for anyone in these parts.
Well, maybe they ought to. I needed 5 might for that. Okay, show 'em poison flask. Yeah, but let's get down to business, I suppose. Things are going to change. I don't know if they will. How did you find yourself in this predicament anyway?
It's not easy running a business in Paradise. But it can be profitable if you invest in some protection. That gang was not my wisest investment.
This is why you always ask for references.
You would need protection if you'd stop doing things that make people want to kill you.
What'll it be today, Envoy? I know you didn't come for herbal remedies.
I sure as hell did not. Right, this flask, you know anything about it?
Poison? Let me take a look. Wait, I recognize that from my wares. It's oil distilled from Santa a berry native to the Living Lands.
Uh-huh, so you sold the poison to... we can't pin that on him. Like, you are presumably allowed to sell poison. So hawking poison and paying off thugs isn't endearing you to me. Marius Kai, what do you know about Saint Atoré? Given a list of your customers, one of them is assassin. Okay, you know what first? Yeah, what do you guys know about the plant?
Just that it's supposed to act quickly, and that you shouldn't mess with it if you don't know what you're doing.
So don't, under any circumstances, mix it up with moonberries.
And before you ask, I can't tell you who bought the poison. If word got around that I was ratting my clients out to the Adherents, it'd be the end of me.
Well, how about you just point me in the direction of your client list and I'll just steal it, why don't I? That is my life for you, tell me and we call it even. The assassin is from Paris local, still don't know that. If your clients are killers, your reputation will be the least of your worries, and care to explain that to Inquisitor Ludwig. You know what? I did risk my life for you. We shall call it even, huh?
I hate carrying a debt. Just don't tell anyone you learned it from me. The truth is, I never saw the customer's face. They wore a hood. A monk's cowl, I believe. But I can tell you that Saint Atoré is used in religious rituals. Prophets and seers will do anything to leave their bodies.
Alright, that seems like an excessive way to do it. Sounds like we're looking for a mystic. So looking at my body, for what it's worth, your poison was effective. Anything else? You won't like it if I discover you were holding out on me. Yeah?
I have nothing to hide. Not anymore. Just talking to you has put me at odds with Paradise. I have no wish to be at odds with Adir as well.
If you want mystic types, you want to go visit the Temple of Andra. Probably the only reason you'd want to go there.
On the other hand, Claviger Amond was cozy with plenty of mystics and oddballs. We could check out his estate for clues.
Go past the Hightown Gate to the north, then follow the road eastward until you reach the statue of Andra.
Okay, so that's also outside of the city, good. So before I go, anything about these rebels, smile dangerously. Try not to do business with any more assassins. You know what, anything about these rebels?
Look, most Paradisans don't like the Adherents. We've been here for generations, and we knew how to handle our own. Adir changed that, and not for the better. Some of us have been more wronged by Adir than others. Well, wronged by the Steel Garrote. They're a minority of Paradisans, but they're willing to kill to strike back at Adir, even at an Imperial envoy.
Careful where you say that. The last thing Paradise needs is a Adiran panic.
I hope that I've been able to assist you in some small way. Good luck in your investigation, Envoy.
Well,
so
thank
we're
you.
going to the temple to find a mystic to ask about the poison. Not what I imagine my day would be like.
Well, hopefully you'll stick around. Right, so now I do want to go to camp, and I'm thinking... this camp. There is a camp here, somewhere. So I'm thinking that one, just to sort of progress a little bit. Oh, bloody hell.
I don't think we're going to be welcome here for long. All those Sparrowhawks will be sniffing around here any minute. And since that's not the last skirmish we'll find ourselves in, I say we take this opportunity to stock up on some better equipment.
Okay, well, how do I equip you with better equipment then? So, right, where can I find some?
If you want a guarantee of getting the good stuff, I recommend Paradise's main market.
I mean, cool. Alright, well, that's interesting. Hello, I'm just gonna run past these guys.
Think you can just take out our leader?
Yes, I did kill them. It's all done. Goodbye. We are out of here. Hopefully Kai and Marius is just gonna join me eventually. I don't know, but we should just be running out of here. So, I have already spotted where the camp is. The camp is right there, so it's not actually a long run. Yes, we will, Kai. We will get him sometime. Hopefully, do I even have any more business now in the Pearl District? Because I don't necessarily think that I do. So, we shall see about that, basically. Right, hopefully they don't, you know, keep a grudge too long. We shall see. So this is our new camp. Let's get ourselves into this one, and well, we'll start talking to Kai and Marius. See what they have to say. There we go. We have
By the
set
way,
up camp.
I never met that Orlin girl before in my life.
What Orlin girl?
You remember. The one in the camp in Shadow Peaks? With the thing on her head?
Oh, yeah. Nice eyes, chipped tooth. Thinking about her again, huh?
You thought we had a past or something. But I never seen her before in my life.
We could see her again if you want. I think she liked you.
Well, anyway, just wanted to clear that up. Yeah, a good talk.
Some women like the brooding, mysterious types. You just gotta work on your small talk.
Well, isn't that cute? Banter. Love banter. Hello, Marius.
No offense, but you leave a pretty wide trail, Envoy.
I am quite good at that, thank you very much. So, so, have you been tracking me? What do you mean by that? My sensor would probably agree with you. Yes, he probably would. Or they, I suppose.
You can ask them when we hunt them down. An Adiran official who's new in town turns a lot of heads, especially when they're traveling with a Nim dude like Kai.
Aw, what's a Nim dude, in your words?
Stick with Kai. You'll find out. Well, we've worked together in the past. It was mostly him crashing blindly through the weeds after I advised him not to. I'm here to find your assassins. Maybe help you avoid being killed again in the future. My guess is you'll need a guide once you leave Paradise, too. They say I'm the best there is.
I mean, you did a terrible job in the bar, I'm just gonna say. I did go down, but sure. So, right, yeah. How dangerous are the living lands?
The wilds here are dangerous even in the best of times, which these most certainly are not. Not to mention there are parts of the island you can't get to without me. Not that you'd want to go there anyway. Anyway, enough chat. I'm sure you have things to do. Anyway.
Okay, wait, did you... That was a dismissal, and then he goes back to, oh, anyway. Let's talk about Dawnshore, shall we?
Right. What do you want to know?
Because apparently you know about this stuff here, so what can you tell me about it?
Lovely place, as the living lands goes. I advise most people to stay around here if they're looking to settle. Paradise isn't the safest place in the world, but it is the safest place in the lands. Walls and guards go a long way out here. Other than that, you've got bits of forest, grasslands, some caves, cliffs, and all sorts of things to get you into trouble. This is the easiest place to survive in the living lands. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Well, I have gotten to know it quite well so far. Anything interesting out there?
Heard an envoy from Adir showed up and got herself killed. Other than that, nothing. Honestly, I don't listen out for gossip much. I don't know what to tell you.
Another ambassador, or rather another envoy? I thought that I was the only one. Interesting that. So, okay. Didn't we just ask about what he can tell us about Dawnshore? Any tips for surviving then?
Let's see. Normally you look for some shelter first. Cut down a few small trees, gather moss to keep the wind out. Nothing too elaborate. With so little tree cover, you want to keep moving. The reeds near the coast make great fibers for rope, so you can lash branches together and make a decent roof. Of course, we're always moving, so we just make a quick camp and carry on. So you don't have to worry about all that.
Well, isn't that lovely? Right, nothing for now. So
Right.
that was only a small little talk there. That's lovely. But Kai also wants to chat.
Listen, I wanted to talk to you about Juliana. I know you're not asking my opinion, but for what it's worth, I appreciate you understanding her situation.
I mean, I think I kinda do, but okay. She's not hurting anyone. She should be free to conduct her business as she pleases. I kind of agree with that. She basically does... oh, I'm blanking on the word now, but she helps people with contraception, which is absolutely great. So I don't agree with my country's laws against Heidi's parsley. It's not my concern. I'm here to stop the dream scourge, not enforce the dear laws. I still didn't like seeing her exploited by someone like Jago. Yeah, I mean, I think that she should be free to do what she does.
I couldn't agree with you more. Out here, you've got to live and let live. Principles are one thing, but you can't let them get in the way of basic decency. I wish more of your countrymen took that view.
Well, we shall see if I can sway them. So, right, the rebels, how long have they been active there in Paradise?
Rebellion's more like our natural state of being in the living lands. People on the island don't much like being told what to do. In fact, many come here specifically for that reason.
Cool, and they've been wary of Ambassador Hildgard bringing enduring laws in a different place, yes. Or total freedom sounds nice until you have to defend yourself from someone better armed. And I can sympathize. I was eager to get out from under the rules and restrictions of life back home. Ooh, they want to go down that route? I mean, I don't exactly know how much choices in dialogue matter in this game at this point. Like, is this gonna change how he sees me? I don't know, but I'm actually gonna go for this one. I would like to be a little bit freer, if you know what I mean.
Don't speak too soon, because they may have followed you here. Paradise used to be a lot more violent. Now, bandits like the Sparrowhawks at least have to limit their activities. Of course, that change has come thanks to Ambassador Hildgard's adherent troops. And the Stilgarode. Ludwine and her paladins have been busy in the hinterlands. It's all rumor and speculation, but I don't think they're making your cause any friends.
Interesting. Rumors of what exactly?
I don't like to gossip.
Sure you do.
Since when?
Okay, I like fun gossip. They say she's hunting down so-called agitators, flattening entire settlements that stand in her way. Of course, all the news reaching Paradise is jumbled together. Stories about the Dream Scourge, the Stilgarode, and the weird happenings that are almost commonplace around here. So it's hard to say what's true.
Interesting. And yeah, the Stilgarode isn't a dear, I can say, just assisting. But if she's doing, I'm sure she has good reason. Probably not gonna side with her, at least initially. She might be the character that the game puts out to be really bad, but in the end they're actually, you know, doing what's best. We'll see. It sounds like her efforts risk turning people against their dear. Very much so.
I think you're right. I don't know that these rebels are all that organized yet. But where there's foam, there's rocks, as the saying goes.
I mean, and also, you did call the Sparrowhawks rebels. Would they be the ones behind the assassination? I mean, the guys in with the Apothecary obviously knew about it, so... any questions?
My favorite subject.
I got here. We can ask about thoughts about other companions.
You're asking me? I'm not much of a gossip. Okay, who do you want to know about?
I was about to say, you absolutely are. Stop saying that. Marius, how long have you known him?
Long enough that he's got a good roster of stories about my blunders in the wilds, which he'll remind us of constantly. He's got a soft heart under that gruff exterior. He feels things more deeply than he lets on, so if he burns the stew one evening, maybe don't mention it.
Gotcha. So are you friends? Sure likes to give you a hard time. It's difficult to get to know him. He doesn't really open up. Well, I can't say that yet. I haven't really been talking to him at all. He says it was straightforward, like being around someone, says what he thinks. We're just gonna say, you know what? You are friends then. He does give you a hard time, though.
That's just how he shows affection. He's deeply loyal to people once he gets to know them, and he likes companionship more than he lets on. He just has a funny way of showing it. I think he left Galawain's tusks suddenly, and under unfortunate circumstances. He's never spoken directly about it, but that's what I put together, and it explains a lot. Losing home, Losing the people who gave you a sense of yourself, it leaves a mark. But don't tell him I told you that. Seriously.
We'll see. Difficult to get to know him. Yeah. Do I need to go through all of this? Well, that's interesting. Okay, fine. Let's talk about the sensibility and straightforwardness.
Yeah. Given everything that comes with being an envoy, I bet that's especially refreshing for you. And don't worry if he starts badgering you. It's his way of showing he cares.
All right, there we go. I want to know what you think about me, my favorite subject.
Okay. But only if you let me turn that question around once I've answered you.
Well, I suppose that's fair.
I think you've been trusted with a nearly impossible task. When we first met, I thought that was because you made some powerful enemies back home. But as I've gotten to know you, I think that if anyone can stop the Dream Scourge, it's you. At the end of the day, I'm proud to fight alongside you. And there you have it. Your turn now.
Ooh, right. What do we think of Kai? Trustworthy and reliable? So far, yes. No matter what we get into, I know I can count on you. Yeah, true so far. Appreciate your level, head, and even temper. As much time as we're all spending together, that's important. You're open-minded and reasonable. You don't let ideologies drive you. To some point, maybe. Frankly, I don't see eye to eye with you, but I appreciate you helping me see things through. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to go with trustworthy and reliable, because so far, he actually has been.
Oh, well, that's nice of you to say. I don't mean to be rude. That's just more praise than I've probably earned. Enough about me, right?
Well, let's talk about, well, nothing. That's all. Now I just want to chat with you as well. Hello. He doesn't want to talk. Yes, I want to hear what you think of Kai.
Companions? It's just Kai, isn't it? As you know, Kai and I have worked together in the past. It's a blessed miracle he never got me killed. Honestly, he's a good guy. A bit too quick to ask questions for my taste, but Kai's good enough. Tell him I said that I'll cut a hole in your water skins.
Why don't you want to talk about stuff? And more about you, no, not right now. Right. And the final thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna fulfill the mission of upgrading my common robe one step. Can I even get it up to 5? I don't know, but I can... Yes, I can get it up to here. Do I want that? I think I'm just gonna go for one level just to clear the quest. What is it I need here? Tanned hide, Hylia's talon. Is this something we can, like, do something with? I mean, I have the pelt. Can I make the pelt into tanned hide? Is that a thing? These are just materials I have. Armor, weapon, equipment. But that's just everything. Okay, that's that. Cool.
Nice
so we've
work.
done that, upgrade the
That'll
armor,
help
etc.
against
etc.
whatever
Now,
we face
I
out
would
there.
love to check. Where do we have it? We have it here. I would like to see, didn't I have... Yes, here we go. I want to grab you, like so, and I'm gonna equip you, and I'm gonna go to abilities, and I'm gonna go to Grimoire Snap, and I should now be able to take it. There we go. Now, I am starting to have a few too many... spells. I am also now gonna store that away, and we're gonna go back and we're gonna make sure to equip the greater element one. There we go. Now, what I wanted to say was, right, if we go to
You might want to consider not washing your clothes in safflower oil.
how do I... okay, hold on. What do you mean? Oh, that's Marius, right? No, godlike. Wizard abilities. Stats on 1. The other one was on 2, 3. I would like this on 4 then. There we go. I'll keep those there. That is to say the potions. I'll keep the potions of 5 and 6 for now, but I can activate them on Z and X as
regular
well.
laundry is a common courtesy when you're traveling with a group.
I think that's
No, it's fine.
Well, actually,
You
you know
feel
what?
the need
No.
to wash your clothes.
They're just keeping on talking. I'm actually going to put this on 4 and that on 3. Like so.
Yes. Go right ahead.
There we go.
Just use
So
something
we're
else.
ending the episode
Sweat
in
and
camp,
midday
and in the
breezes don't
next
count.
episode we are gonna... Ooh, snakes. That is not where I want to be, though. I am going to ignore that, I think. Because now I'm pretty far away from this, but that's okay, because we can sort of loop around the city to sort of get to the outer walls, then come up here. I think that's fine. So I am gonna set that is the thing. Mapping the living lands. That's that one. Which one was that I was supposed to do? There we go. That guy. So there we go.
Washing, you know.
Now we should have that one. Good. So that is what we're going for.
Right, so I smell like the wilderness. You people stand out like a tree rat in heat. You've been complaining about the flies, though. They're attracted to the scent of sap flowers.
Thanks, Marius. That's helpful.
Well, don't get used to it.
Well, aren't you guys lovely? Right, in the next episode, it's back to exploring the wilderness, and I'm happy to do so. So we shall see what fun things we can find there. For now, though, this has been Ghost Gaming with me, Chris.
If you ever want to talk
Thank
about
you
it,
so much for watching, and I'll
I'm
see
here,
you next
right?
time.